Hi fellow hacker, you are most welcome to my channel. Today we shall be learning how to increase your YouTube views, your page views, or send traffic to social media profiles, blog, or bot created analytics. So let's get started. My name is Rene Athaire, aka AfroBoyTechs, and I'm glad that you actually chose this particular channel for this particular video. So why would you want to do this? I don't know why you want to do this, but one thing is maybe to increase your views, or maybe you could get a gig for someone so that you can increase their views. And today we shall be using Selenium. Selenium is actually is a very good tool for automation. It's also used for testing purposes, and it's used to automate web browser interactions. And basically it was created, it's an open source software by the way, and it has a tool suite. It has everything under it which help us experience this. So one of the tools that they have is a Selenium grid. They also have Selenium. They have Selenium grid. They have a Selenium web driver, and basically we should be using a driver. They also have an IDE actually. Then if you want to read more about it, just go to Selenium. You just search for Selenium, then you'll see more about what they have. So let's get started with our hack. So basically what you're going to be doing here is use Selenium, specifically the web driver, which drives a browser natively, and then as a real user would do. It can do this either locally or remote. So before you do that, you're going to have to install a web driver. That's a web driver. We're going to install a web driver. Then after installing the web driver, if you're using Windows, you might have to use Chocolatey. So Chocolatey is actually Chocolatey or Choco is actually a software management automation for Windows that wraps installers, executables, zips, scripts into compiled packages. If you're using Mac or Linux, you might want to use, I think, Brew. Yes, Brew install, web driver, or Brew install, or whatever you're going to be installing. To verify that actually Chocolatey is installed on your Windows PC, it actually comes pre-installed, I think, with Windows 10 and plus. You just have to open your PowerShell, or actually you can even use I think, okay, let's use PowerShell. Then you may want to run this as an administrator. So if we run now Choco, just Choco command, exactly, it tells us that we have Chocolatey version 0.11.2. it is installed. That means my Windows I didn't install this, it came pre-installed. You could also be having a Windows machine that has it pre-installed already. So that means we already have Choco. Then we move on to the next thing. The next thing we shall be doing actually is to install Selenium. So to install Selenium, I can actually use the PowerShell, or I can use the common command prompt. You can just do pip install PowerShell. No, sorry, pip install Selenium. That's it. So I already have Selenium installed. That's why it's bringing this requirement already satisfied. So yours might have to run until Selenium really installs. And if you encounter errors, please refer to how to install Selenium online on the Stack Overflow. Then after verifying that means now I can go back to I can now do a Choco install. I can do Choco install Chrome driver. Now notice that I also have Chrome driver installed, so yours might want to run, because now for me I already have mine installing the driver by installing the accept Chocolatey install the packages. So it shows us actually that the Chrome driver is already installed. So yours might have to install, you just have to follow in the prompts what PowerShell is telling you. You may want to click yes to continue and agree with terms and of agreement, so that you install these binaries on your computer. So after installing all those, so I think now we can actually start coding. So what you can do is we can, after making sure that you have all those things installed, that is to Selenium and the web driver. I'll be using the Chrome driver specifically. So we start hacking, we start coding. So from Selenium we shall import a web driver, because that's what we shall be doing. Then from Selenium we shall be using a class called keys, and this is found under Selenium web driver and common and keys. Then we import keys, and then we shall also maybe use a time module. We shall import time. This comes pre-installed in the standard library of Python. So this code just basically imports our dependencies. The class selenium.webdriver.common.keys handles all keys in Selenium Python. It contains actually a huge number of key methods one can use in Selenium Python. You can actually do lots with this class. So one thing we're going to do before we move further, we might want to have I don't know if this is deprecated by now, but we might want to have our path telling our script where our Chrome driver is that we installed. So to do this, I can run. Let me open here my CMD. I can basically say where Chrome driver. The where command will just tell me where Chrome driver installed. This is a wrong spelling. Where Chrome driver. So it is telling me that it is installed in program data or chocolate. Alternatively, you can maybe maneuver through your disk. It is usually under program data. Then under program data you find chocolate, then chocolate is under lib, then under lib you find a Chrome driver, then Chrome driver tools, you're looking for the executable .exe. So what I can do, I can just copy this path, bring it to my file. So and then notice the slashes I'm going to use here, because we're going to change this. Otherwise we'll have operating system errors. Let's change this. Or alternatively, what you can do, you can add without changing this, you can add there an R. In Python it just shows that it's a raw string, so it takes it by that, because we have escape characters in Python. So after identifying our path, now we're going to have create a URL page which you want to automatically view. You're going to create, maybe you want to have maybe you have to have an account, or maybe on my GitHub. Let's say I'm going to use my GitHub. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to say URL. I'm going to call it URL. Then I look for my GitHub URL. I can just say GitHub. It's actually this. Yes, so you can see that I customize my GitHub such that it registers the number of views if someone visits my page. As you can see here, visitors are currently 632 with a following of 16 followers, and I'll be taking you through how actually you can also do this. Achieve kind of a look on your GitHub, customize your GitHub to look like this. But today's goal is basically I'm going to copy this link, So I want these views maybe to move up to 600 maybe and 35. We shall do 3 iterations. So I copy the link, then come back to my program, copy paste the link. That's the page that we shall be automatically viewing. Then after pasting the link, so we're going to create some other variables. We're going to create a variable called maybe number of views that you might want. I'm going to set this maybe to 5. Then I'm going to do a duration, because remember we had to import time, so that means we need the time when not to hit this request, like the time lag, the time.sleep lag that we might want, so that we don't be referred to as a bot or might be rejected by this particular server. So we're going to use actually a float, duration equals to float of 10. Then so that's it. I think now we're going to do a logic. So we're going to just basically use a for loop. So we can say for I and range from 0. We're going to start from 0, then the number of views, then we're going to call a variable called browser. We're going to call it browser. You can call it whatever you want. Then remember you had to import WebDriver. That's when now we're going to use it. WebDriver dot since we are using Chrome, so I'll be using the Chrome driver. Then we locate our path executable where it is, basically telling the driver where our path where the executable is. Then we shall now call the browser to get for us that URL. Shall do a get method. Then after now we can now tell the browser, since we are opening the page, the entire page, so basically the page is usually the body and HTML, so you may need to do browser. These are all these are methods actually found in Selenium documentation. So we may need to now find elements by going to find elements by tag name, or we can do find elements. There's find elements, there's find elements by tag name, there's find elements by CSS selector, find elements by whatever you want. So body is not a CSS selector actually, body is an HTML tag. So you can just find element by tag name. So I'm going to say find element by tag name, it's a method. Then it's body that we want to find. So after finding, we're going to actually send keys. So you can do a lot with I told you can do a lot with these keys. Then remember we had to import keys. So this is when we are going to use, basically not sending anything, we're just spending a space bar. That's it. Nothing much you're going to do. You just want to open the website and then we move on. So after that, maybe we can now use our thing.sleep. We want maybe after finding this, now we can make the request sleep, not overwhelm the server. Then we have to pick our duration. We will pick it from here. So we shall use a float of actual 10 seconds. Then what you're going to do is maybe want to see what the logs. We might want to know to print the logs to the console or to the command line to see what exactly is happening. This is basically for debugging purposes. Or we might leave them for now. Then we may just say, maybe let's say print string. We're going to have to call our I. Then we shall add 1. The reason we're adding 1 is to see the number of iterations. Every time it loops through, we see what is actually happening. Then I think that's it. Maybe we can add something here. We can say these are number of iterations done. That's it. So we save our file. Let's first test this if it is working. So let's go to where our file is. Then I'm going to run this. Actually, I called my file hackviews.py. So we run the program. No module named selenium.webdriver.common. So it's a spelling issue here. So we come here and fix this. It's common. Save again. We run our program. Import error, cannot import keys from selenium.webdriver.keys. So we have an issue here also. We come and see what is happening. Or actually, this is supposed to be a capital K. Then we keep checking and see if we have any more errors. Yes, we have more errors. Tools executable may have wrong permissions. Please see. Let's see. Oh, actually, what we need to do is to remember what I told you. We need the Chrome driver executable. We don't want the tool. So under let me first go back here. We need this. So I can maybe just copy this. I can copy the entire file, Chrome driver.exe. We need to locate this basically. So we just come and add it here. Save again. We run a program. Yes, our program works. You can see that it has opened, it has automatically opened. It has increased the view actually now by 1. Yes, our program has worked. But as we can see in the console, you see, let me first show you something here. It's telling us yes, that's opened again. Then ended the browser main part. You can see 1 iteration is done so far. It's telling us more other messages, what is happening exactly behind the scenes. You can read through to understand exactly what is happening. Actually, there's even a deprecation warning. I see here. Executable path has been deprecated. Please browser Chrome. So it's basically telling us this has deprecated, but deprecation warning is basically a minor warning. It could work, it couldn't work. So far we have 1 iterations done. So far so good. As you can see, program actually now has changed this to 634. We wanted to move. We did 5. I put 5 iterations, so we need to move it up to maybe around 639 or 638. So let's wait and see what is happening. If it will do what we want. The lag, remember there's a lag, like a time loop sleep. Okay, I think something is not right. Maybe let me first go back and reduce this time to 5. Let me make it 5. Save this again. To stop, you just have to do Ctrl+C. It actually had worked. Okay, let me first stop this. Then run it again. Maybe something else you may need to do after these iterations are done. Maybe you may need one to quit the browser or to quit the web driver. So you can maybe say browser, simply say browser but quit. That's it. Save again. Now let's run our program again. So this should do now. So let me go back, run this file again. By this spy. Okay, so let's see what it does. It opens now. It's a 635, so it is working. It is working now. So as you can see, when you press the spacebar key, it automatically, when you're on our website, you could be knowing this, the space key, basically when you press it, it takes you down. You scroll through. By first, when you open the page, you see the space key is being pressed automatically. Yes, so far these are 2 iterations done. As you can see, it opens it again. So I'm basically hacking my views here, my GitHub views. Don't do this. See, the space bar key is pressed. Move on. Yeah, if you want, actually, you may leave out the space key. You just open, since GitHub automatically checks to see the views after opening that website. It adds the view. So we have 4 iterations done so far. It opens again. Yes, so we have 639 views. See, press the space key bar, it goes down. Yeah, 5 iterations done, and that's it. Because I put the browser.quit after the 5 iterations, so that's why it was able to automatically shut down. So that's it. If you enjoyed this program, if you enjoyed this video, kindly consider subscribing for more related content. Otherwise, have a blessed one.